class, I'm going to talk to you guys about your color worksheet, specifically how to blend color pencil so you can get some really nice, pretty, even colors. So let's start off with talking about your worksheet. So this is a completed worksheet. I have attached this completed worksheet for you guys so you guys can look at this as a reference. But let's talk about how you mix the colors and exactly what you want to do with this worksheet. So I have a blank worksheet right here. The first thing that you want to do is you're only going to use your primary colors. So if you remember from the color video, your primary colors are red, yellow, and blue. It's super, super, super important that you get the color pencils that really just say red, not red, orange, yellow, and blue. Okay, you want your darker blue. So make sure these just say red, yellow, and blue, and those are the only three colors that you're going to use, plus black and white. You're going to use this black and white mostly for this monochromatic, and you can also shade a little bit with a white pencil, so let me talk about that first. So let's do secondary colors, since your primary colors will just be an even colored pencil, and let's make orange. So very important step is you always want to start out with your weakest color. Your weakest color is always going to be yellow. The next weakest color is red and then blue. So if you are doing purple and you're trying to mix these two together, you're going to start with red, but most of the time you are going to start with yellow. So let's get started with that. You're going to do a really, really, really light shade of yellow. Just really light so you can barely see it. So how you guys can barely see that on camera. Then you are going to layer it with your next color. So since I'm making orange, I'm going to grab my red and I'm just going to very, very lightly and slowly go over the same color again. See how it's a very, very light color right now? You want to do at least, I would say 3 to 4 layers, and you're just going to alternate back and forth between your colors. You're going to get that nice mix. See how it's starting to look a little bit orange? You really just want to focus on going slow and even, and of course that layering will really help you out. The next thing I want to talk about is craftsmanship. You always want to have craftsmanship. That is very, very important in this class. So you want to stay within the lines. You don't want to just do a big scribble all over the place. You want to stay within the lines and really try to make it look neat and nice. This is about my third layer I'm going to go over. Now you can see how it's starting to become an orange. If you would like it to be a darker orange, you can go over a few more times, but this is the finished product. So you're going to have your secondary colors, which are violet, orange, and green. You have your primary colors, which is just a solid color pencil. You have your monochromatic, which is dark to light. Your tertiary colors. This one is a little bit difficult, but basically what you're going to do is you're going to mix two of these together. So for blue violet, you would mix these two together. So it would be a little bit more blue, a little bit less red. So these are all of your two worded colors. And then you have your complementary colors, which are opposites on the color wheel, and then your warm and cool colors. So that is just a very brief overview of this color worksheet. Now let's move on to the next worksheet. Your next worksheet is, I don't know if you can see that good enough, is your color wheel worksheet. Okay, when you guys are drawing on your color wheel worksheet, I want you guys to split this into 12 sections. grab your ruler, and what you first want to do is you want to split it into 4 sections with just a normal drawing pencil. I'm going to split it here. I'm going to split it here. Okay, so now it is cut into 4s. The next thing that is really important for this is that you want to have 12 pieces of pie. So it's going to be very, very tempting to just repeat that step and just get your, cut these pieces in half, but you need to cut these into thirds. So what needs to happen is you are going to cut it like this and like this. You don't want to just cut it in half again and half again. You want to split each of your 4th sections into thirds. So you're going to do something like this and like this. So every single section should look like this. Alright, as you can see, I am just splitting each section into thirds, so you just need to draw 2 lines in each section. Remember that you want only 12 pieces of the pie. If you need to erase it a few times, it's okay to not get it perfect the first time. And don't worry about these being exactly spaced correctly. We just want to make sure that you get the colors right. We are not trying to focus on making the pie perfect. Your next step is you're going to label every single piece of the pie. If you need to go back and look at the color video to make sure you're labeling this correctly, you may go ahead and do that, but you want to make sure that everything is labeled correctly and you want to use your primary colors. So now with my red, I'm going to do that first. I'm going to do a nice solid thin layer. I like to do a few layers and I like to just add a little bit more pressure every time. This way it is really nice and solid and you don't really see any white showing through. So that is your first step on your color wheel. Now grab your yellow and you're going to repeat that step again. Now it's time for blue. Repeat this step again, make sure your craftsmanship is perfect, amazing, and do those nice layering, adding more and more pressure every single time. After you're done with this step, you will get your nice 3 primary colors. Alright, I'm going to show you guys how to do a secondary color. So first you're going to do your light layer of yellow, and then on top of that you're going to do a light layer of red, and then a light layer of yellow, and then a light layer of red, and you're going to do that over and over and over again until it looks amazing. So you're going to do this with all of your secondary colors next, and then the last thing that you are going to do on your color wheel are all your tertiary colors. In between your primary and your secondary, all those middle ones are tertiary colors. To do your tertiary colors, it can be a little bit confusing sometimes, so what I like to do is I like to add my primary color first, and instead of doing every other color, so instead of doing like red, then yellow, then red, then yellow, then red, then yellow, I like to slow it down and I like to just do like a few layers of red, 1 of yellow. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to your next worksheet. So with this worksheet, what you're going to want to do is you are going to use your primary colors again, and you are going to draw me just a simple sketch in each box for the color scheme. This can be any picture you want to do. It could be abstract, it could be shapes, it could be value, it could be a character you like to draw. I do not care, anything that you want to draw. For this one, I literally just drew a bunch of random shapes and called it good. All right, so that's just a quick example for you. You just want to fill in the entire box. It can be a random picture, it could be a picture of something in your house or something that you like to draw, and you're going to fill in every single box throughout the entire worksheet. So remember that your secondary colors are the ones when you mix your primary colors. So they are, if you look back at your worksheet, they are your purple, orange, and green. Your tertiary colors are all of your colors with two names. Monochromatic, remember that is one color. Complementary, remember those are colors across from each other on the color wheel. And analogous, this is three colors next to each other on the color wheel. Okay, thank you.